Efficiently managing yourself or your own productivity can give you a cutting edge over and above so many others. Now, I'm not saying I'm an expert in this space, but what I have found is 5 key tips that I use every day to help me get the most from my day, and I wanted to share them with you from here. So my very first tip is to schedule everything. For me, I use Google Calendar. I sync it from my laptop to my phone. I don't use a tablet, but if I did, it'd be synced on that. And literally my day follows a set schedule. Some things are routine. I know when I'm getting up. I know when I'm going to sleep. I know when I'm eating lunch. I actually, strangely enough, I have like a weekly catch up with friends on Saturday evenings. That's scheduled in too. Everything is scheduled in so that I know where I'm meant to be, when I'm meant to be there, and I don't forget anything. So like birthdays are in there, weddings are in there, everything's in there. So I can take it out of here and relieve any of that stress of having to remember, oh, when's this occasion or when's that occasion. Everything's scheduled. My second tip, following on from scheduling, is actually to schedule time with yourself. And that's time with yourself to think about how you're working, what's perhaps not working, and refining based on your experiences. People don't take enough time to actually look at how they're doing things and how they could be doing things. It's something I routine every day and every week and every month. I think it's so beneficial, and I hope you find benefit from it too. My third tip is learning to say no. The fact of the matter is there are so many things that we're pulled into that we don't necessarily need to be involved in, or that we might get excited about ourselves, but in actual fact it doesn't really stand up. Learning to say no, learning to pull yourself back from certain things, learning to avoid other things will help you concentrate your time, concentrate your focus. If you're spread too thin, you'll never get anything done well. But if you're focused, you'll nail your way through tasks in a really efficient manner. And that might then, at the end of the road, produce some time to do whatever it is that you might have been considering previously. But up front, you're not going to be able to do everything all at once. My fourth tip is to turn off all notifications and turn off all sound from your mobile. I will schedule in calls with people. If people call unscheduled, I won't answer them, but I'll call them back when I've scheduled time to answer them or to check messages. That for me is huge, and it's so important. It's not something that I'd say, oh, you should do. It's something that I'd actually recommend you must do. Because the fact of the matter is we're all being distracted way too much by our phones. And turning them off relieves so much pressure, so much stress, and it opens up so much time to get so much more important stuff done. My fifth hack that I think is really valuable is to schedule in your time. Lots of scheduling in this one, but to schedule in your time when it comes to responding to emails. So a lot of people find themselves literally spending their whole day responding to emails. What I would say is that it's really important that you get on with your day and do whatever you need to do during your day, but you allow times or gaps or windows to check your emails and to respond to your emails. So again, kind of like the phone point, it's not letting emails interrupt the flow of your day, but actually having designated times to follow up and move forward with them. Now, I want to give another piece of advice. It's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's added on afterwards, so a bit of added value. But the reason why I'm kind of not doing it in a point by point is it's a little bit harder to explain. So what I find oftentimes is that when I'm working on something, I'll have planned out an idea that I want to execute, but as I'm in the middle of it, I find it really constraining, and I actually can't get it done the way I had planned. And I keep trying to get it done and trying to get it done and trying to get it done, and it's just not working. And what I think is so important when you find yourself in those situations is that you reverse and you kind of rethink and you go at it a different way. Sometimes when you're in the middle of trying to get something done, you get caught up in that, and it might be impossible to get it done that way. But if you reverse your way out and look at it again with fresh eyes, there might be several other ways that you could get the same thing done. So for example, say posting on social media. I might have a video that I want to post, and I start editing that video and it just isn't making sense, and I'm re-editing and I have a deadline. I want to post it at 12 o'clock and it's like 11:50 and I'm nowhere near, and I'm getting really stressed and I'm getting really frustrated. Reverse out of the idea of I was going to post a video. Hell, I had a picture that I was going to post anyway, and it makes a load of sense. I post that, I postpone the video till tomorrow. I have a rethink about that in the meantime, and oftentimes when I come back to it, it becomes really easy to do. So that is a really important, I think, attitude as you're trying to get the most from your day, that you realize whenever it is that you're stuck in a bit of a rut, you pull yourself out, you do something to kind of bridge the gap, give yourself a little bit more time and rethink in the process. Anyway, hope that's a value to you. I hope those are a value to you. Those are just the kind of the tips I've learned from my experience. If you have any yourselves that I've missed that you think are of value to, post them below. I'd love to hear them and I'll share them then from there.